Now we're going to talk about heaps and priority queues in C++. Now, before we start coding, let's understand the concepts of heaps and priority queues. A heap is a complete binary tree that satisfies the heap property, where the value of each node is either greater than or equal to in a max heap, or less than or equal to in a minimum heap, the values of its children. Priority queues are abstract data types that provide efficient access to the highest or lowest priority element. Let's begin by implementing a heap in C++ using the standard template library or STL. In this code snippet, we include the IO stream, vector, and algorithm header files. The vector header file provides a dynamic array-like container, and the algorithm header file provides functions to manipulate the vector. Inside the main function, we create a vector called maxHeap and initialize it with elements. To convert the vector into a max heap, we use the makeHeap function. This function reorganizes the elements in the vector to satisfy the heap property. To insert an element into the max heap, we use the pushback function to add the element to the vector, and then we use the pushHeap function to adjust the heap structure accordingly. To remove the maximum element from the max heap, we use the popHeap function to move the maximum element to the end of the vector, and then we use the popBack function to remove it. To sort the max heap in descending order, we use the sortHeap function along with the std_int comparator. This sorts the elements in vector in descending order, satisfying the heap property. And finally, we print out the elements of the max heap using the range-based for loop and the std_cout. Now let's explore the implementation of a priority queue using STL. In this code, we include the IO stream and queue header files. The queue header file provides the necessary functionalities for implementing a priority queue. Inside the main function, we create a priority queue called maxPriorityQueue using the std_priorityQueueInt syntax. By default, it's a max heap based priority queue. To insert elements into the priority queue, we use the push function. In this example, we push several elements into the priority queue. To access the top element of the priority queue, or the element with the highest priority, we use the top function. We output this element using std_cout. To remove the top element from the priority queue, we use the pop function. To check if the priority queue is empty, we use the empty function. If the priority queue is empty, we output priority queue is empty. Otherwise, we output priority queue is not empty.